Hi Libra, welcome to your month ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your support. You know I truly love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you would like to get the general monthly overview, just like I do a weekly general, I only do that on my mailing list. So if you want to get it, it goes out on the 1st of each month. You've got to sign up on the link in the description box below. For those of you that have asked, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the PayPal link in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what July 2019 has in store for you. What are your actions and interactions with the world at large saying for you this month, Libra? What is in store for you? And this month you get the Empress, right? Your steps are blessed. You are living life. You are going for it this month. So the Empress represents beauty, passion, self-expression, the sensual pleasures of life. She is the lady Venus, basically, right? So what she's giving you is this zest for life, and she's having you look at everything and saying, right, you know what? Things have been how they've been up until now, and we know you guys have been through a bit of a tough time of it over the last few weeks. There have been some weeks that have really given you a different outlook and probably a bit more of a serious outlook as well. Well, the Empress basically says the month of July gives you a little bit of a reprieve. It gives you a little bit of internal distance where you can just say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to enjoy life a bit more. I can't get away from the things that I dislike. I can't get away from the things that are challenging, but I can make sure I do my damnedest to fucking enjoy myself while I'm experiencing whatever discomfort. And that's a really powerful place to be. It also suggests that you are laying seeds this month. So things that you want to welcome into your life, this is about you making the decision to kind of sow the seed. Maybe not necessarily taking action on it, but this is the month where you're saying, right, I actually want to welcome this, this and this into my life. What can I do to do that? It's almost like I feel like you're doing the research this month, right? So in terms of how you would do that in life, how do you sow a seed in life? If you one day decide, I want to be an accountant. You can't just walk into an accountant's and say, right, I want to be an accountant. What you would need to do is take certain courses, get certain experience. So, you know, in terms of the plant in the seed, you would then start to research, what do I need in order to follow that path of experience or to do? You know, if you personally want to, I don't know, maybe you say to yourself, right, this month I want to, you know, I've decided that I would like to, you know, I want to tone up, right? I want to get a different, you know, I want to change my body. You would start to sow seeds. So you would look at, you know, what you can do. You would look at your diet, you would look at your exercise, all of that stuff. I mean, it is the Empress, so the physical body definitely comes into it. You could be beautifying yourself this month as well and really dedicating yourself to looking and feeling your best. And it's kind of like, I feel like this is like a, not at the universe or to God, but it's kind of like that, well, fuck it. If I'm going to have a difficult time, I'm going to make sure I look fucking good doing it. I'm going to make sure I enjoy myself while all of this discomfort might be happening around me. And that is a really powerful place to be. That's a really strong place to be, because it's like, you know what, come what may, I'm going to make sure that I am okay. I'm going to make sure that I can make my way through it. It's almost like you're saying to yourself this month, well, you know what, even if I fall on my face, I'm going to make that shit look good. Right? I'm like, yes, Libra, we like it, we like it, we like it. All right, so your money and materials, beautiful. You got the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which is great because it suggests, right, you've got the blessings of Venus also touching on your money and materials, and it kind of suggests that the more you start to enjoy life this month, the more you start to kind of put out, the more it will come back at you. This month you may very well find This is not an, I repeat, this is not an invitation to start maxing out credit cards and, you know, getting a second mortgage to go and buy a sports car. What I am saying to you is that this is definitely a month where the more you put out, the more you enjoy the physical pleasures of the earthly realm, things that you can buy, things that you can eat, things that you can, you know, indulging in the physical 5 sense reality. The more you do that, the more you will be blessed. It's almost like the more you decide to spend, the more it will come back at you. Obviously, keep it within reason. Don't go out being crazy, you know, throw the baby out with the bathwater. But this looks really nice for money. I mean, you've got the Empress right next to the Wheel of Fortune. It really suggests as well, for those of you that are investors or invest, you could see a spike in your investment this month. It's definitely a possibility, even with the Mercury retrograde. So very, very nice. In terms of your physical health, a lot of you are getting really dedicated to that this month. It really does suggest that this month you're saying to yourself, right, what can I do about looking after myself? You know, this month in particular, you guys for some reason are shining. You look good this month. You know, your people will be looking at you like, yeah, you know, there's definitely some kind of glow going on here. Your communications with the world at large. So look at this so far, all major cards. This is a fated month for you so far. There are big things happening here. And for some of you, you know, I actually feel like Libra and Leo will be experiencing this Mercury retrograde very different to everybody else. You guys will be shining and gliding through it, whereas everyone else will be like, you know, like the usual feelings that we get during that time. Then you've got the Chariot card in your communications with the world at large. This really suggests that you are talking to people, you know, you're getting, there's like a really good vibe about communication this month. And it suggests that if you are having, not necessarily any disputes, but it does suggest that you come out on top. People are receiving you well. You are selling yourself and your ideas in the best way, right? The only thing that I will say to you, obviously it is a Mercury retrograde, just be sure that people are hearing exactly what you're saying rather than going off into a reverie and, you know, painting their own picture of what your words are. Because the thing is, with the Chariot card in your communications this month, it suggests that whatever you're telling people you're going to offer or deliver, you are following through on. Which is why it's really important that they understand exactly what you're offering. Right, because you're going to follow through on it and you're in the integrity with what you're offering. It could be that somebody's like, oh, well, you know, when we had the talk, you said that you were giving this, this and this. And then you're going to feel obligated to do that. If it's not in line with or what you actually said, you'll be like, oh, you know, that's a bummer because now I've got to do all this extra work. Whatever it is that you're offering, just be sure that people understand what it is that's truly on offer, especially if it's over email, or you know, a conversation like a in person or over a phone call sort of type situation. But your communications are blessed. I mean, these are fantastic cards. They really, really are. So like I said, even if there are challenges this month, it's almost like you're doing them very, very gracefully. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, like if I'm gonna fall on my face, I'm gonna make sure it looks good. Like it looks like a full-on friggin' gymnastics routine, right? Your heart and half sector, your personal relationships. This is you, right? Justice card represents the sign of Libra. So look at that. You've got 4 major cards out. So no other sign has had that this month. There is a fated event that is going to happen for you this month. There's something this month that will mark the true beginning of your 2019. There's something about this where you are stepping into the second half of the year and you're like, yeah, this feels like New Year to me, right? This feels like where things actually start to pick up and they start to become something tangible and real. Now, for those of you that are single, this really suggests that you are in your element, you're in your power, you're kind of exuding confidence and self-confidence, but also self-care. It's kind of like you're totally in control of how you present yourself, especially to any prospective partner. It is a Mercury retrograde, and Neptune is going retrograde this month as well, I believe, so just keep that in mind. But it looks like a great month nonetheless. I kind of feel, though, to be honest with you, although you might have a fling or whatever, I feel like this month you're a bit more kind of like, you know what, I'm too self-focused really to be looking to settle down. For those of you that are partnered, this month you're in the lead, even if you are, you know, usually the sort of more backseat driver or you know, like the passenger in the relationship. This month it could be that your partner relinquishes that role and says, look, you know what, I usually make the decisions for us. What do you want? What do you need? And, you know, it's not through you kind of going, oh, I never get a chance to do anything. This is about you showing up in your strength, in your power, in your, you know, exuding that confidence, that Venus-like ability that you have, and really showing up in your relationships and kind of saying, look, you know what, I've got this, and let me show you where we could go with this. Let me show you what else we could do or what else we could be. This is fantastic, right? Really, really nice. I mean, so far it's a really great month for you. So your first week of the month appears to be the Magician. I took that one because it kind of was like in my hand. This is fantastic, right? Because this is about you being in your element. It's about you being in your power. It's about you utilizing the energy of the month in a completely different way. The image that I have is of a salmon jumping up the stream. So where everyone else is going right this month, you'll be going left, and that makes total sense for you. Utilize that, make it work for you, right? You're sowing seeds this month, you're gaining knowledge, information on the things that you want to do so that you're ready to make this next 6 months of the year everything that you want it to be, right? And the Magician card suggests that you can totally do that. It's about you really discovering, what do you want from the rest of the year? What do you want to say? What do you want people to know about you? How do you want to present yourself? Really important. Second week of the month, you've got the Hierophant card. So this is something established wise, right? So for, like I said, for those of you that invest or do stocks or anything like that, you could get like a dividend or a payout of some sort this month. If one of those stocks go up, my advice is to take that, that portion out, put it away, and then, you know, once everything kind of goes through its kablooey moment, then put it back in, right? So whatever you can shave off the top, you know, just be wise about it. The Hierophant card also does represent commitment, and because it's here with the Wheel of Fortune, it almost feels like you're committed to enjoying more abundance, right? You're saying to yourself this month, I want to make sure that I enjoy this world, right? The physical, tangible, practical element to life that we must live, that we are part of because we are here in the world, right? This month you're tapping into that and you're saying to yourself, it's not enough for me to survive. I now want to start to thrive. And the universe is, you know, right there with you. It's kind of saying, yeah, I'm going to give you whatever you need to make that happen. Beautiful. All right. So it looks like this Mercury retrograde isn't touching you the way it's touching everybody else. You and Leo are definitely, you've got a much better handle on this than anybody else. Third week of the month, you've got the Tower card, right? So because it falls underneath the Chariot, it does suggest that this month you may very well come up against somewhere where you need to put your foot down, right? Because you've got the Chariot in your communications and it's next to the Justice card. If something comes up like a legal letter, or somebody, you know, moves to say something to you of some sort, or somebody tries to exert power over you, this is going to be a month where you have to stand up to be counted and say, you know what, if you're going to bring me that shit, I'm going to meet you at that place, right? Be prepared to stand up and be counted. And the reason I say that is because the second you stand up, they will stand down. I really, truly believe that. And then finally, your fourth week of the month, this month you get the Moon, right? So it's right underneath the Justice card. So the fourth week of the month could see you being very reflective. It could see you asking yourself, wow, you know what, I let something, you kind of see you saying to yourself, I kind of let something get a little bit out of balance, a little bit out of whack. because it falls next to the Tower, this will come like a realization, and it will probably come through a dream, through an intuition, through a feeling. You might look at something or somebody and say, oh, okay, that kind of shows me where I'm out of balance with who I usually am or how I usually behave. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, sometimes it just kind of sees us having that moment where we're like, okay, the rose tinted glasses come off and we see things or somebody exactly as they are. I feel like it's you seeing yourself as you actually are and saying, right, you know what, I've told myself this, or I've had that on a negative feedback loop and it's kind of run away with itself. So I need to fix that. I need to address that. So you're spotting some aspect of self where maybe even you've been self-deceptive or, you know, tricking yourself into being afraid of something that actually you don't need to be afraid of. And then finally, your key to the month, you've got the Four of Cups, right? There are more options available to you for everything, right? There will probably be a lot of invites this month. There will probably be, it's kind of like as soon as you declare what you want to do, you know, like how the cookies with the ads work, right? So you go to Google and you search for whatever, and then all of a sudden you start seeing adverts for all of that. Life is going to be the same. The second you mention to somebody, oh, you know what, I think I want to take a course in nutrition, you'll start hearing from different people, oh, you know, I'm taking a course in nutrition. Or it's like the things that you want will start to manifest very quickly. You'll find that you're surrounded by them. And it's like the universe's way of saying, decide what you want and I'll give you that. But this month it could be erratic because we have got the Mercury retrograde. So it's kind of like maybe you say to yourself, I don't know, I want to learn a martial art. And then all of a sudden you just start getting bombarded by people talking about it. And do you know what I mean? It's going to be a bit of a hit and miss energy in that respect. But it can certainly be fun because it will be an unconventional month. Like I said, when everyone else is going right, this month you've got to go left. All right? I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month and I'll see you very soon. Take care.